Hello, it's Saturday night. Welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. Christmas is over, which is a shame, but it's still Christmas-ish. So let's see what I've got in my selection box for you tonight. In the green room, we have the actual king of the jungle and the deserts and the oceans and the Antarctic and all those places. It's Sir David Attenborough, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. The fabulous Sir David Attenborough. Thrilled you're back with us, sir. Lovely to see you again. Also here tonight, the country's most popular comedian, John Bishop, is on the show. There he is, John Bishop. Evening, John. We also have top actor, top dad, and most of all, top geezer. It's Ray Winstone. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Evening, Ray. How you doing? And joining them, two working class boys who've... Get ready, this is a good joke. Two working class boys who've not only made good, they've made pud. I thought that was going to kill, that joke. It's Jamie Oliver and Jimmy Doherty, ladies and gentlemen. They've not only made good, they've made pud.
That's terrible.
You think?
That is terrible.
Well, tell you about that. That's a good joke. And on top of that, we've also got some music at the end of the show from my favourite cheeky musical duo, the Rizzle Kicks. Cheeky. Sassy. That's Christmas right there. Well, sort of Christmas. It's the bit after Christmas, before New Year's. I don't know, what do we call this part of the holiday season? Stuck in the middle. It's like the Biffin's Bridge of the year, isn't it? The bit between the pendulous baubles of Christmas and the unexplored mystery of the year to come. No one wants to put on weight over Christmas, of course, so I've gone on the 5-2 diet. Does anyone know what the 5-2 diet is? Yeah, everyone said it's hard. I found it easy. You simply eat 5 mince pies every 2 hours over the Christmas period. God knows how fat I'll be by New Year. Ray, you know about spread betting. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I know about eating mince pies.
I love a mince pie, don't you?
Yeah.
You know what I like about Ray is he really thought about giving the proper answer for that. You weren't just going to say yes. You were thinking, how much do I love a mince pie?
Yeah.
Everyone looking forward to New Year? Everyone got a party lined up to go to? Yeah! I'm actually going to a New Year's Eve party this year. I don't normally go to parties, but we got invited to my wife and I, and it was so exciting to go to this. We thought we've got to go. Some friends of ours, and they're having an Austrian-themed party, OK? Because they're from that part of the world. It makes sense. So they're having all the food from there. But, and this is what got me going, you can imagine how much this is, we have to go in Austrian costume. At last, the chance to buy a pair of lederhosen. So I found a website, I bought myself a lederhosen, got it home, went out with the dogs, have a look at it. I think that's pretty good. I tell you, I've never felt so alive. I mean, it was... But let's show the other picture here, because I went out with my dog on... I went walking on Hampstead Heath, near where I live. I tell you, I've never been so popular. Oh, I felt like I was like catnip walking around. So many chaps came up for a chat. Anyway. Because we've got Jamie here, and because it's the party food time of year, we thought during the course of the show we'd do something a bit different tonight. So we've asked the fellas if they could cook up something special for the guests. What are you going to do for us tonight?
We got a whole range of lovely things. We got lovely nibbles, the best crackling on the planet. You're doing the best sausage roll.
Yes, yes. Cocktails?
Yes, loads of cocktails.
And you're going to make it personal for each of the guests, is that right?
Everyone's got their own little unique thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you making any pud? I'm looking forward to it, but first of all, let's get my first guest of the evening out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited he's here. I'm always thrilled that he agrees to come on this show. It's an honour to sit and talk with him and to listen to what he has to say. The words broadcaster and naturalist simply don't do him justice, but the words national and treasure do. Will you please welcome Sir David Attenborough. We've still got the Christmas cushions out. So lovely to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Let's talk about Christmas in general. What's a typical Christmas like for David Attenborough? What kind of presents do people give you?
Well, best wishes, really. I don't know, you know, my time of life, it's me giving them rather than them giving me.
And why is that? Why is that?
Well, because what do you give the bloke of my age? What do you want? I mean, you've got...
A nap?
Yeah, a nap. There you are. I take that for myself.
Leave them alone for an hour or so.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I want this time.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
OK, so you put your feet out, you try and relax and have a bit of family time, I guess. There's a new show that Sir David has, which is on Sky TV. It's on New Year's Day, Sky 1 and Sky 3D, and it's called The Natural History Museum Alive. And this sounds like unlike any other show you've made.
Yeah, it is, because it's used computer graphics to bring things alive, and it's in 3D. And the fun is, in the Natural History Museum, there are lots of animals and fossils that have been reconstructed which haven't been quite right. Sometimes, originally, it was because people were trying to pull a fast one and pretend that the animal was something that it wasn't. Sometimes science hadn't really caught up with it and so on. So we thought it'd be fun if we could bring back these animals to life and show how they should be when they were.
So I guess when the first explorers or the first travellers or naturalists came back from parts, you know, a long way from our home here, people had never seen those animals and didn't get to see them for many years. So when they came back and described something like a rhinoceros, you would be forgiven for saying you're making that up.
Yeah, you would.
I still don't necessarily believe they're real.
Well, that's quite true. That's quite true. And one of the creatures we show, actually, is an extinct bird. It lived on Mauritius, and it was called the dodo. And the picture we have of the dodo comes from paintings which were done in the 17th century by a Dutchman who'd never seen them.
So he'd never seen one.
He made it up, and then we've reconstructed that. There is not a single complete skin of a dodo and survived. But we know now really how it was, and it wasn't exactly how it's traditionally been shown. So we make it come alive and hop out from a painting.
So how do you now know today what it looked like if they couldn't work it out?
Because of the science of the way in which, if you examine a skeleton, you look at the facets on the end of a bone, you see the way they fit together, and then you know that it could only move in that sort of direction. And if you look at a skeleton from that point of view, you can really reconstruct how it was going to be in life. And that proves to be rather different from the traditional view.
Well, we have footage of you talking to a dodo.
Oh, I often do it all the time. I don't want to be rude.
I'm one of the rare surviving dodos. And I was almost extinct a few years ago. So we've got footage of you. We've got footage of you. This is from the Natural History Museum Alive.
That's it.
And it's in 3D as well, because you're a big fan of 3D technology, aren't you?
Well, we have a lot of fun doing it.
You have a big 3D TV at home, I believe. Yeah, okay. So this is David Attenborough talking to a dodo, but it's not necessarily right there. Have a look at this. That looks great, doesn't it? I am so absolutely watching that. It looks terrific. Which animals, of the ones that you cover in this new show, which of the animals that are now extinct would you most like to have seen alive in the wild?
Well, of course, I'd like to see a dinosaur, but there's some very strange things in this museum, you know. Little scene. For example, they found a tooth, a strange tooth in Southeast Asia, in Hong Kong. And it's plainly the tooth of a mammal-like, a human primate-like creature like you or me, or a chimpanzee or an ape, except that it's several times bigger than our molar teeth. And the thought is that this animal, it belonged to an animal like a man, like an ape man, 9 feet tall.
I think I've seen those teeth. John Bishop, give us a smile. We found him.
That's him.
We have found the missing link.
To be fair, Jonathan, I am bigger than most men, so that's probably true.
I can't wait to see that fossilised and put on display. I really can't. If you could choose to only save a few animals, do you have a list in your head of the ones you'd get rid of first? Are the ones that really you're not keen on, or do you kind of love, or are you interested in all animals equally? I mean, I know you love the orangutan.
Yeah, I think it's a mark of weakness on my part, but I don't actually like rats, I've got to be honest. I really don't like rats. I've had rats run over my face when I'm asleep.
Well, then you can be forgiven for not liking them, I feel.
I've had rats, am I allowed to mention this? Sitting on the, you know, and I've had a rat come up from...
Wow. That's one cheeky rat, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's sassy.
Which cheek? Oh, sorry.
So David Attenborough is with us, and as we often do, we asked David if he would mind bringing some animals in to show us and talk a little about, and we do have some animals in the studio to show you, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. We have in this special one here, and I'll get this off, and we have inside to keep them safe. I'm going to take the lid off this. It's got air holes. So what do we have here?
Can I take him out?
Yeah, I think you can. That's incredible. That's an incredible. And I'm going to lift this fellow out here. And we'll put this box on the floor. These are, I believe, skinks. Is that correct?
They are skinks. They are indeed skinks. And they're very, very laid back. And they come from Australia. And they really don't do much.
Let's have a look, though, because I have a camera here. Let's get in, because this is a closer camera. And this is the female skink, is that right? Wow, playing up to the camera there. Look at. Oh, hold it. You want some action as well? Did you see that as well? Little sweetie.
I'll tell you a really, really touching thing about these things. They form pairs, and they stay together once they've formed a pair for life.
Wow.
And the reason we...
It's like an American show. It's like, ah. That is sweet, though. So they're monogamous, but through choice, or just they're too slow to find a new partner?
And the reason we know, the first person who really proved it, was that he saw a skink. See, they don't move very fast, and so they're often killed on roads in the outback. And he saw a skink that was sitting by one that had been squashed by a car. And it stayed there for days, and they were one of a pair. They were a pair, one of which had been killed.
Well, thanks for cheering us all up. But...
Yeah. Well, that's rather touching.
It is very sweet. She's quite heavy, isn't she? I suppose I shouldn't say that about the girl, but she's... She's sweet, and what a sweet she is. She looks rather like a pine cone from above.
She does.
Is that a kind of...
No.
Oh, OK.
There are not a lot of pines there.
Oh, what's happened? Oh, it's just pissed on me. It's actually weed on me. Don't applaud that. Well, I haven't got a cloth.
Well done.
You've trained these beasts, haven't you? We might have to have words. Let me put this little fellow away. He can go down there into his thing. You can go as well and try to keep hold of yourself this time. OK, put that there. Oh! And in this box, we have a different kind of a crawly thing. OK. And this is... Nothing's in there. Oh, God. Is it in there? OK, this might be a bit of a concern for all of you, because... I can see him. He is still in there. OK. It's a scorpion. Yeah, and he's hiding under his little rock there. OK, look at that little fella. Now, what sort of scorpion is this?
I think that's an imperial scorpion from West Africa. It's a big... They go even bigger than that, actually.
Is that's the sting at the back?
The stinger at the back,
bulby,
yeah.
shiny thing going on there?
Yeah, if you interfered with him in the front, he would bring that forward and stab. And that's how he kills his prey.
Can I pick this up? Would this be...
Well, you can if you like. I mean, personally, I would be careful, because... You know, I mean, a sting is a sting, even if it's only a wasp sting. It's a sting.
It's a sting. But would it wouldn't... OK, I'm gonna... Where would I pick it up if I were to pick it up? How would you approach such a thing?
If you were going to pick him up, and I'm not recommending it, but if you're going to pick him up, I should pick him up by the tail.
Right, by the tail? A scientist needs peace and quiet while he's working. All right, OK. Don't... This is kind of cool, though. It's kind of like a puzzle game. He knows I'm coming from, doesn't he? Stay still. OK, by the tail. What will happen then, though? OK, here we go. Hey, why do you keep running away from me? Don't bring the mat with you, mate. OK, look, there he is. OK. Oh, Lord God. What's he doing there? Look at that. He's not stinging, though. OK, so... Now, they glow in the dark, don't they? Is that right?
Yeah, they go in ultraviolet light.
Can we get the lights down? I think we have that.
If you've got an ultraviolet camera, it'll glow.
Look at that. OK, I'm going to take him off now. Let's have the lights back on. And I'm going to try and do this. Don't go any... Mother lover, you didn't like that going on. Wow, that was exciting. OK, put that away there. and put it safely. I'll leave them there and we can get those collected in a minute and not mix those up with the presents for the other guests, although Ray's one does have very similar wrapping paper, so... David, I love the fact that you come on the show. I'm so thrilled and excited whenever you agree to come on. And the new show looks exceptional, doesn't it? Who would have thought we'd have seen you interacting with a dodo? That's as close as we're ever going to get, and it looks so real. Must be so much fun doing that. I can't wait to see your adventures and your shows next year. I hope you'll come back on to share the experiences with us again.
Thank you very much.
So David Attenborough, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. So much fun.
Thank you.
Still to come on the show, we've got John Bishop, Jamie Oliver and Jimmy Doherty, Winstone, and we have music from Rizzle Kicks. So join me after the break. Thank you.